Here today, we spoke with BYU defensive coordinator Ilaisa Tuiaki following practice for the Cougars, the final padded practice for BYU, and we discussed how BYU plans on implementing pressure and making Cole Mcdonald uncomfortable. Also, they had a very interesting journey over to the islands. We are 2-on-1 with Ilaisa Tuiaki.
It's great to be with you in Hawaii. We've heard that you had an interesting trek over to Hawaii. So walk us through leaving Provo, Salt Lake City, and then finally getting to Honolulu.
Let's just say that we spent a lot of family time on the way over here. That pretty much sums it up. Family time sometimes, though, with you know, I've got 7 kids, but I've got a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. Yeah, that was it. Started to get pretty rough. So, but you know, spent a lot of time together.
Okay, you're here. You just completed your first practice at the Kamehameha schools here at the football field. How was practice?
It was good. It was good. I thought that it was important for kids to get out and run around and kind of get used to just, you know, stretching out a little bit. And they looked a bit clunky at the beginning, and it was good because towards the end of practice it started to look a little bit more fluid and get those, you know, the travel legs from under you. And so I thought they looked good.
How typical is that when you travel to a bowl game to look clunky? I guess I'm asking, how long does it take you to get to a point where you feel like your team's ready to play the game?
You know, I think just like some of the games that we've had where we travel out east, the 2-hour time difference is a big deal, and I think you always you know, want to account for that kind of time and just waking up and going to sleep and all that. You know, sometimes, I don't know if you guys have experienced it, but sometimes you end up traveling a different time zone. Wake up maybe a little bit early, a little bit late, but you still kind of feel like you have cobwebs in your head, and you go out for a jog, and it's, you know, just doesn't feel right. I think it's good. We always travel, and we end up traveling out east to go 2 days before just to get that out, and get the kids over here now is good for us. And this obviously was our first practice since we've come over, and it was good for us to kind of start getting into the flow of things again.
If any team should know how to do it, it's you guys. 4 Eastern time zone trips, now Hawaii. And how do you balance this? Because it's always the conversation in a bowl game is business versus it's a reward, right, for the season. How have you guys tackled that approach with this team?
I think you know, Kalani's done a really good job with just the message to the boys as far as we're coming here to win. We're not, you know, obviously everything else is going to be nice and it's bonus, but it's a business trip. We're coming here to win. Obviously, having the family and everything is just nice to be able to do it. But when it's time to play ball, and when it's time to practice, when it's time to meet and all that stuff, we've got to get that done before we have our free time.
How have the previous 2 bowl games under this current staff impacted the adjustments you may or may not have made for this bowl game?
I don't know if I understand the question.
How have the previous 2 bowl game trips maybe changed the approach that you have to this specific bowl game in terms of when you practice, how you practice, and how hard you go and things like that?
Yeah, no, I think if anything, it's, you know, looking back to the 2 previous bowls and the success that we've been able to have, I think it's just maybe feeling confident about sticking to the plan, which is really push them hard now on a Saturday. We end up getting Sunday off, and then we come back and you know, getting back on track. It's just, I think the practice plans and everything has been a lot of thought put into it by Kalani, and it's worked in the past. We'll just continue to do it.
This is a Hawaii team that you've faced the last 2 years, but it feels like they're just a little bit different. I guess what's different about this group?
You know, they've got a lot of good players, obviously, but there's a lot of kids that we've faced last year. I think their offense was always really good. Maybe not so much on defense, but I think their defense has come a long way, and they're playing a lot of good ball on both sides of the ball, and it's complementing each other. Their defense is complementing the offense. Normally, it's kind of like offense, go do your thing. Defense, try to hold them down a little bit of points, and we can win. I think, you know, some of the changes that they've shown on film has really been complementary to each other. And
how do you like the wind here?
You know what? As long as I don't have to wear a sweater and all that stuff, I don't mind it. I really don't.
Like these 2 clowns.
Well, when you have wind, you don't have mosquitoes, and so out on the islands, I think that's important. So
Who knew? I didn't know that. That's good. That's good. That's wisdom from Ilaisa Tuiaki.
Kalani Sitake said a week or so ago that the key to beating Hawaii is getting pressure on the quarterback, at least slowing down their offense. How do you plan on getting pressure on Cole Mcdonald?
I think you got to define pressure, you know, like the same thing that we talked about when we faced USC and Utah State. It's what's pressure? Is pressure somebody in his face? Is pressure, you know, having him hold on to the ball and kind of disrupt the timing in his mind? And so we've got to look at it that way. That's as far as having both ready. You know, whether we want to heat him up with sending more blitzes or we want to drop a few more people and disrupt his timing that way. And I think pressure is going to be created that way for us.
Is this team as healthy as it's been, given you've had 3 or 4 weeks off to get ready for this?
Healthy. Yeah, you know, I think things are starting to settle ever since we kind of lost some of those guys early in the year, and now we're starting to see more faces, you know, in the last couple of games where everybody is starting to come back and play. So I think, yeah, we'll have everybody back, and we'll be in full force for this game.
So I know that the work portion of this day is primarily done. Aside from football, what are you looking forward to most about being in Hawaii?
Just family time. That's always nice.
Just not on a plane, right?
You had plenty of that already, right?
More family time? No, my kids have never been here. I was born in Laie and in Kahuku. My kids have never been here, and so we've kind of been talking it up. We're going to go back to the North Shore and, you know, show them the hospital I was born and little preschool that I went to, and we'll spend some time at the PCC, so that'll be good.
Well, good luck on the bowl game, and we appreciate the time. Go get some food.
Yeah,
right,
make sure you get that mango otai, huh?
Okay, you guys got to lose the sweaters.
I know. We don't want to get wet.
You guys are looking like a couple rookies right now.
Hey, I am. Let's be honest.
We'll take care of that. We'll take care of that. Thanks,
All right.
Coach.
All right, guys.